Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Thursday, April 29th, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 678 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Doctors threatened for blowing whistle on India's oxygen crisis. Surge in iPhone sales sees Apple's profits double. India COVID-19, deadly second wave spreads from cities to small towns. A Hong Kong broadcaster is defending its decision to air a patriotic show featuring HK chief exec Carrie Lam 4 times a day. Stephen Colbert recaps the good, bad, and refreshingly normal in Biden's first address to Congress. With Senate Medicaid vote, Missouri GOP puts Governor Mike Parson in political bind. Young women, grown up without Taliban, dread their return. Venezuela's beloved doctor of the poor to be beatified. Ted Cruz busted for falling asleep during Biden's joint address. China launches main part of its first permanent space station. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. The latest on COVID-19 and India's worsening crisis, live updates, CNN. U.S. split on vaccine passports as country aims for return to normalcy, The Guardian. U.S. stocks trading higher with another busy earnings day on tap, Fox Business. Arlene Foster, Dub leader's removal is a total mess, says party source, BBC News. Clippers vs. Suns takeaways, Chris Paul comes up clutch yet again, leads Phoenix back to postseason, CBS Sports. NFL trade rumor, Patriots' interest in trading for Jimmy Garoppolo could be good for the Bears, win the city gridiron. Brendan Hunt found guilty of threatening to assault or murder members of Congress, CNN. NASA wants to go farther and faster for fourth Mars helicopter flight, Engadget. Nokia Corporation financial report for Q1 2021, Yahoo Finance. Republican rebuttal to Biden's speech, Tim Scott's full transcript, The New York Times. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Thanks to the pandemic, you're now more prone to these 7A issues. Trump is reportedly working out of a converted bridal suite at Mar-a-Lago. Jimmy Kimmel's My Pillow Guy interview was as bonkers as you would have guessed. A fight over work requirements is an early hurdle for Democrats' child care plan. 12 moments from Kate and William's wedding you might have missed. MSNBC Superkid bashes Giuliani with some of his most unhinged election rants. Kevin McCarthy's hot take on Biden's speech to Congress goes awry. Truly alone, late astronaut Michael Collins' most haunting memory of Apollo 11. Doctor laughs out loud at GOP officials' tinfoil hat-worthy vaccine question. Nicole Wallace rips Tim Scott's rebuttal, from a planet where facts don't matter. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Woman warns others against Norton security scam. Concert returns with limited capacity. Dreams come true after balloon found 600 miles away. Toronto reportedly touches down overnight. Student and driver rescued from stuck school bus. COVID patient fighting, asks people to get vaccine. Man accused of dismembering man in storage unit. Purple Heart reunited with family of man killed in World War II. Community works to protect burial grounds. Fishermen, families protest offshore windmills. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Afterthoughts. Many U.S. colleges will require COVID vaccinations for fall. GDP expected to rise, fueled by vaccines and stimulus checks. A candidate for New York City mayor is accused of sexual assault. Together again, documenting nursing home reunions after one long year. Dubai's ruler is entangled in a Kentucky Derby controversy. At 100 days, Biden is transforming what it means to be a Democrat. China's internet antitrust push leads to corporate clashes. Tesla's latest solar stumble, big price increases. Consumer goods are going to get more expensive. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Tulane alum decries Hunter Biden invite, reveals history of on-campus bias, attacks against conservatives. Kamala Harris to visit Milwaukee on Tuesday, reports. Biden's 100 days in office, status check on his promises. New Orleans police sending more officers to Bourbon Street after rise in crime, chief says. Newt Gingrich, Biden's first 100 days, among the most radical in all of American history. President Biden's address to Congress, the top 5 moments. Brooklyn Center residents near police station fear returning home, report. Denver truck driver forgives police officer who crashed into him, he was doing his job. Men who dress like this are more likely to cheat. Biden lays out agenda containing slew of new programs in first address to joint session of Congress. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Thursday, April 29th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Stimulus check update, can you expect a plus-out payment? Valspar Championship preview, Copperhead course at Innisbrook doesn't necessarily just play to one style, says CBS Sports' Trevor Immelman. Former Texas A&M quarterback Kellen Mond on 2021 NFL Draft, I would definitely be prepared to play as a rookie. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Queen honors Lovehoney with an award for enterprise. Coronavirus, symptom study shows COVID cases in England fall again to just 757 infections per day. I'm just an awful skeleton, then Alexei Navalny makes first appearance since his hunger strike. Search for a stranger over hero PCSO's murder in Kent Woodland. Moment a 20-foot container suddenly detaches from lorry on busy motorway. Location viewers annoyed by fussy couple with 425,000 fail to find a house. PCSO's murder has chilling echoes of notorious Chillenden killings. Matt Hancock gets his COVID jab from Professor Jonathan Van Tam. Boris on the run, embattled Prime Minister Johnson's morning jog is interrupted by Dylan the dog. Feds had secret plan to arrest Derek Chauvin in court if he was cleared of killing George Floyd. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Hong Kong's latest star TV host, city leader Carrie Lam. Facing ban as extremists, Russian critic Navalny's headquarters and regional network disband. U.S. coronavirus aid to begin arriving in India amid record surge. COVID-19 live updates, Indians line up to vote in eastern state as nation hits new records in deaths and infections. New Zealand rugby stars resist Silicon Valley investors' bid for All Blacks stake. India's coronavirus death toll tops 200,000 as infections surge and anger grows. The world finally woke up to India's virus nightmare. Biden's foreign policy aims to win the 21st century. In desperate hunt for oxygen and hospital beds, India turns to Twitter. The CDC changed its mask guidance for vaccinated Americans. Other countries are taking different approaches. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors. The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Alexei Navalny looks good as he appears in court after hunger strike. NFL 2021 mock draft. Trevor Lawrence is no one, but who are the sleeper picks? Josh Hawley rails at big tech firms, but records show he has invested in them. Finding the Raga by Amit Chaudhuri, a passion for Indian music. The Artist's Wife Review, incomplete portrait of a dysfunctional marriage. Substack, the future of news, or media pyramid scheme? U.S. split on vaccine passports as country aims for return to normalcy. Thai students in deteriorating health after hunger strike, say lawyers. I am not my trauma, survivors of sexual abuse at a Ugandan girls' shelter, photo essay. U.S. advises citizens to leave India as soon as it is safe as COVID cases reach new record. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Key takeaways from Biden's first presidential address to Congress. Giuliani's home, office searched by federal agents as part of lobbying probe, sources. What we know about the investigation into Rudy Giuliani. Some Californians cannot get vaccine despite surge in supply. Rapper Kodak Black gets probation in teens assault case. Live, ABC News Live. One deputy killed, another injured in shooting during home welfare check. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Italy theft, 2 suspects die in jewelry shop robbery. COVID-19 in India, cases, deaths and oxygen supply. El Risadus, man behind Spanish laughing guy meme dies. Britney Spears fans jubilant at news she will address court. China launches first module of new space station. Biden pitches once-in-a-generation investment to Congress. West Bengal, India state elections go ahead as deaths hit record high. COVID, Turkey prepares for its first full lockdown. The forgotten Afghan refugees taking their own lives. They are killing our forest, Brazilian tribe warns. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. On this day, April 29, 1957. AP Top Stories April 29. Congressional members react to Biden's address. Biden frames crises as opportunity to invest in U.S. Examining Imhoff's historic second gentleman role. Rudolph and Jacobson discuss finding their people. Artist spreads love, smiles through artwork. Controversial nuclear plant near NYC shuts down. Biden, the insurrection was an existential test. Fighters seek protection with spiritual traditions. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Op-ed, Newsom promises while the Delta dies. All evacuation orders lifted for brush fire in Castaic area. What we know about the death of Mario Gonzalez after police pinned him down for 4 minutes. Sheriff's Chief Eliezer Vera announces run for LA County Sheriff against Villanueva. Off-duty Los Angeles Police Department officer shot in gun battle with man who broke into his car, found gun. Mandatory evacuation orders issued for rapidly growing brush fire in Castaic area. Column, after 100 days, Kamala Harris is a big reason for Biden administration's success. Questions linger about environmental impact of Poseidon plant. Stunning drone photos over Lake Oroville show drought emergency in Northern California. Gunman in deadly LA shooting rampage had an arsenal of weapons at home, sources say. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Thursday, April 29th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Caught waifu starved, tortured. Myanmar maid to death makes legal moves to avoid life imprisonment. Pfizer CEO says antiviral pill to treat COVID could be ready by the end of the year. Human Rights Watch delivers a 213-page report detailing apartheid in Israel, calls on UN to impose sanctions. Scientists have discovered a billion-year-old fossil in the Scottish Highlands that could reveal a new link in the evolution of animals. Tainted batches of Russia's Sputnik V COVID vaccine sent to Brazil carried a live version of a common cold-causing virus, the South American country's health regulator reported in a presentation explaining its decision to ban the drug's import. India has declined assistance offered by the United Nations of its integrated supply chain for COVID-19 related material, saying the country has a robust system to deal with the required logistics, a spokesperson for UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres said. Facebook temporarily hid post calling for India's Prime Minister to resign. Botswana could be first African country to vaccinate entire adult population. New Zealand Parliament may debate whether China is committing acts of genocide against the Uyghur people in Xinjiang. This is our home. Black Hebrew Israelites in shock after Israel announces deportation plan. Australia to upgrade military bases and expand war games with US. Beijing and Moscow have stepped up state-sponsored disinformation campaigns denigrating Western-developed vaccines while promoting their own. The so-called vaccine diplomacy seeks to undermine trust in Western-made vaccines and Western European vaccination strategies. Moscow Jewish Community Center set on fire and vandalized on Hitler's birthday. UK PM Boris Johnson faces probe over funding of apartment renovation. The next headlines are from Forbes. 3 signs we are watching a new era of the CONCACAF Champions League. Brands, you need to listen to the conscious consumer of the future. MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell doubles down on baseless election conspiracies in Jimmy Kimmel interview. Amazon, DAZN or Disney Plus could launch UK sports streaming revolution as BT Sport considers sale. Del Monte Philippines revives IPO plans with $790 million share sale. The statistical legacy of Kawhi Leonard. Blame Olympic record price tag for return to deflation battle stations. I'm sure Bernie was happy, GOP moderates slam Biden address to Congress. Fist-bumping Cheney and lauding McConnell, Biden uses speech to schmooze Republicans. Community college students need better options, not free tuition. The next headlines are from Nature.com. COVID-19 tissue atlases reveal SARS-CoV-2 pathology and cellular targets. How we embarked on a long-distance relationship on behalf of our research career. Warming seas brought an eerie calm to a stormy region. A surface stays frost-free by showing water drops no mercy. A molecular single-cell lung atlas of lethal COVID-19. A smart genome scan could help scratch the itch for new antifungal drugs. Highly reactive form of magnesium stabilized by bulky ligands. Hoist by her own P-card. Conversations, and how we end them. It's time to invite more people to join clinical trials. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,701,823,917 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Chinese sci-fi film Folding City to shoot this year. Martin Scorsese, Steve McQueen, Christopher Nolan hail contribution as BFI veteran Heather Stewart moves to advisory role. UK moviegoers offer 200,000 free tickets in June through National Lottery Cinema Weekend. Meghan and Harry, Recollections may vary special set at Discovery Plus UK. Survivor Brazil returns, featuring Big Brother contestants. Things Heard and Seen review, a marriage story with ghosts starring Amanda Seyfried, though not much lies beneath it. Fruit Chan unleashes Coffin Home's dark satire on Hong Kong living. Netflix launches Nordic office in Sweden. PBS chief Paula Kerger makes the case for public broadcasting in a peak TV world. Joe Biden tells Congress, "We have to prove democracy still works." The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Biden order to require new cybersecurity standards in response to SolarWinds attack. Big government is back, and 3 other takeaways from Biden's address to Congress. In the ransomware battle, cybercriminals have the upper hand. Lawyer says police didn't need to arrest men who died after being pinned to ground. Scenes from Biden's speech to Congress, a night of many firsts. Madam Speaker, Madam Vice President, Women Make History at Biden's joint address. Senator Tim Scott's Republican response to Biden's address, annotated. Lawmakers invite virtual guests to watch Biden's joint address from afar, too. Special coverage of Biden's address to a joint session of Congress. President Biden's address to Congress, annotated. The following headlines are from The Week. Caitlyn Jenner has no chance. Biden makes big government feel inevitable. Biden's big spending plans are good, they are also a convoluted mess. 5 scorchingly funny cartoons about Fox News meet hysteria. Jimmy Kimmel gently tells My Pillow's Mike Lindell he thinks Lindell's old crack habit made him paranoid. Late night hosts find the lighter side of Rudy Giuliani's FBI raid. Biden ends historically long first address to Congress by thanking everyone for their patience. Never Trump conservatives really liked Tim Scott's GOP rebuttal to Biden's speech. In GOP response to Biden's speech, Senator Tim Scott describes racist abuse, says America is not a racist country. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Editorial, even turning Texas blue won't fix us if we don't face some hard truths. The next headlines are from Physics Buzz News. What the Columbia River flood basalts teach us. The next headlines are from Universe Today. NASA is now planning a mission to go 1,000 from the Sun, deep into interstellar space. Put lucky on my tombstone, Apollo 11 astronaut Michael Collins dies at 90. Mars has the right conditions for life just under the surface. We could detect alien civilizations through their interstellar quantum communication. These are the news headlines for today, Thursday, April 29th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the 3rd most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. First aerial color image of Mars. Radio waves from famous FRB surprisingly long and late. Climate has shifted axis of Earth, says study. Watch for a daytime morning moon. The next news is from Politico. Biden's first 100 days. Joe Biden speech to Congress 2021, live analysis, transcript and highlights. Buy American sounds good in theory. Biden will find it's painfully slow in practice. The misunderstood first 100 days of Kamala Harris. Some kids never logged on to remote school, now what? Trump's battle to win the first 100 days. Biden just gave the most ideologically ambitious speech of any Democratic president in generations. New sum gets strong ratings on schools, economy despite recall attacks. It was weird, scenes from Biden's speech. Rep. Liz Cheney fist bumps Biden amid tense relationship with GOP leadership. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. NRL 2021 Round 8 live updates. Canberra Raiders v South Sydney Rabbitohs at Geo Stadium. Truck driver who killed Logan bus driver walks free after winning appeal. Fight for the heart of the party, why the LNP Senate showdown matters. Daughter of John Ilhan exposes alleged rapist, criticizes police response. Women's Day is record-setting Parliament sworn in. Melbourne City Council considers $300 from Green Trail along Yarra. Bulldogs hold their fire, opt for Shash over Ugle-Hagen debut. Blood, sweat, and fierce, contact sport athletes could face more restrictions. Like Red Star and Partisan, Ninkovic's special bond with Sydney Derby. Plenty of work to do, second New Zealand NRL team faces challenges. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. IPO report, William Morris parent endeavors IPO, 5 things to know about the entertainment giant. Nokia earnings were surprisingly good and the stock is soaring. Europe markets, strong earnings from Apple, Nokia and more lift European stocks and US equity futures. Auto Trader, review, the 2021 Audi Q5 is tops among luxury compact SUVs. NerdWallet, a vacation this year might be more stress than it's worth. This software engineer used cryptocurrency to buy his dream home, but the process wasn't entirely straightforward. Next Avenue, 3 common mistakes people make filing long-term care insurance claims, and how to avoid them. Commodities Corner, global Q1 gold demand down 23% year-on-year. The Moneyest, I saved $1.10 and for retirement, earn $128K and have $22K in cash. Can I afford my dream car, an $80K Nissan GTR? The Moneyest, my mom added me to her bank accounts before she died. Am I legally or morally obliged to disclose these accounts to my siblings? Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Substantive examination of patent applications according to the Angolan patent law, Inventa International. SKIO briefing on implementing the outline of 14th Five-Year Plan, 2021 to 2025, and accelerating the strengthening of intellectual property in China. China.org.cn, China.org.cn. GSK says Amgen patent decision will devastate innovation, Law 360. My Voice, views of our readers April 29, 2021, The Hunt India. Hedonic regression shows promise for modeling IP damages, Law 360. Recap, Digimarc Q1 earnings, Benzinga. Nokia holds first place in the number of 5G patents, Nokia Mob. Over 700 health experts are calling for urgent action to expand global production of COVID vaccines, The Conversation. Tech to halt climate change still evolving, DT next. Student difference makers honored for inventions, Eureka Alert. The next headlines are from Quartz. Biden's Congress speech, China's space station, pumpkin toadlets. An Indian tech unicorn is finally daring to do an IPO, despite the kinks in its financials. How to move company purpose beyond empty platitudes. Close AO's no makeup Oscars look challenges China's rigid beauty standards. Online shopping is taking hold in mall-loving South Africa. What Silicon Valley could learn from Nigeria's Igbo entrepreneurs. Desperate for oxygen and medicines, many COVID-hit Indians are falling prey to scams. As COVID-19 reaches rural India, people are dropping dead like flies. Modi's liberalized and accelerated vaccination drive is neither of those things. The U.S. is poised to exit the small club of countries with no paid parental leave. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Publix gets social media accounts advertising its sandwiches taken down for some reason. Content moderation case study, Apple blocks WordPress updates and dispute over non-existent in-app purchase, 2020. Senator Marco Rubio, speech I disagree with is pollution. U.S. Department of Education now investigating Florida sheriff student pre-crime program. Malaysian government claims insulting the Queen with a Spotify playlist is a threat to national security. Daily Deal, the 2021 Better Manager Bundle. Months after Indian gov threatens to jail Twitter employees, Twitter now blocking tweets that criticize the Indian government. Google says pretty much everything shields it from being sued over things Telegram user said. OSU, Mark Jacobs called truce over infuriating competing trademark applications for the word the. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Kamala Harris. Bryce Harper. Menthol cigarettes. Elliot Page. Scavengers. Kodak Black. Tim Scott. Ahmaud Arbery. AAPL. FB stock. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. 1 dead and 18 arrested after Indonesian police intercept $82 million meth shipment from international smuggling ring. German government told to firm up climate laws by top court after protest by activists. Strong COVID recovery may propel China's GDP growth above target level, report. You're not in the clear with vaccines, U.S. lawmaker says she's COVID positive after 2 doses of Pfizer. Ukrainian far-right nationalists stage march in center of Kiev to mark 77th anniversary of World War II. Nazi military division SS Galicia. Moderna targets production of 3BN COVID vaccines in 2022, after CEO warns of future oversupply. It's all propaganda. Ukrainian diplomats slam Reuters news agency for reporting on costumed ball held to mark spring in Crimea. Senator Scott blasts Dems for divisive political race baiting. Liberal Twitter brands him Uncle Tim in response. U.S. lumber prices skyrocket 250% as COVID drives home buying demand higher. Republican Representative Boebert brings survival blanket to Biden's speech to draw attention to war zone at US-Mexico border. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. 1 billion Franken squiddos set to be released in Florida Keys. Blinken warns African countries against doing business with China. Shipping containers fall overboard at alarming rate as supply chains stretched thin. The Middle East is reorganizing. How old are Europe's tech companies? Another Navalny drama fizzles despite hungry Western media. Critical race theory is about to face its days in court. India's COVID-19 crisis leads to black market price explosion. California officials, Biden-linked firm coordinated with big tech to censor election posts, Judicial Watch. Extent of toxic DDT dumping off Los Angeles coast is staggering. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Cyprus settlement talks found little common ground, UN chief. Chauvin trial juror says verdict could have been reached faster. 2 Myanmar air bases attacked amid anti-coup protests, reports. Ecuador court decriminalizes abortion in rape cases. Turkey prepares for full lockdown amid rising COVID numbers. Nepal starts 15-day COVID lockdown as infections spike. India's deadly COVID surge follows crowded events. Visualizing chemical weapon attacks in the Middle East. What is our art doing in their capitals? The Bay of Piglets. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Farage tells Breitbart, after Britain's hard lockdown, being in free Florida is refreshing. Too many demands for political integration, Farage wary of UK joining Pacific trade bloc. GOP Congresswoman pulls Biden aside after speech to urge him to tour border. Hollywood celebrities gush over Joe Biden's congressional address, ugly crying, world's a better place now. Fact check, Biden claims immigration has always been essential to America. Fact check, Biden's green energy agenda threatens union jobs, wages. MSNBC's read, I'm embarrassed for Tim Scott, he threw white Republicans a lifeline. Tim Scott responds to Joe Biden, hear me clearly, America is not a racist country. MSNBC's Wallace, reprehensible Tim Scott lead about Georgia voting law. Tim Scott, outrage over Georgia election law not about civil rights, it's about rigging elections in the future. The next headlines are from UPI News. Canadian woman wins $280,000 lottery jackpots in 2 months. Watch, alligator blocks highway traffic on Texas bridge. Watch, hundreds of migratory birds take over interior of California home. Watch, bear rips hole in screen to visit Florida woman swimming pool. Look, IKEA shopper finds exotic lizard hiding in houseplant. Watch, driver stop on Chicago highway to move lane blocking mattresses. Watch, Virginia Girl Scouts making cookie deliveries via drone. Watch, Texas deputies wrangle loose cow on Houston highway. Watch, British speed eater drinks Capri Sun in 15.71 seconds for Guinness record. Watch, Colorado police rescue skunk with head stuck in cup. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Europe will open its doors to vaccinated American tourists this summer. Gardening just twice a week improves well-being and prunes your stress, says new study. Phenomenal 6-year-old skateboarder performs in pink party dress and leopard print helmet. Giant storms on Jupiter captured by incredible NASA images sent from Juno spacecraft. Affordable reef-safe sunscreen on horizon as scientists create more sustainable way to make zinc oxide. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Thursday, April 29th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. You can now protect your sexual privacy with a range of condoms dedicated for your Amazon Alexa. Clive Palmer's proposed coal mine near Great Barrier Reef deemed not suitable. Linfield University fires professor who spoke out against sexual misconduct, raised allegations against president. We lost count after 800 feet, video shows Torrance, CA home overrun by migrating birds. Wheeling man arrested in Bel Air for allegedly masturbating in parked car. Man builds poop wall after property line dispute with neighbor. Reddit, more sex, fewer Coles drive sales at Durex maker. Man throws coins into plane engine for good luck. Florida woman survives being hit by flying turtle. Man arrested at airport after 35 birds intended for singing contests found in his clothing. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. SHHHH, they're listening, inside the coming voice profiling revolution. Lyft gives up on developing its own self-driving tech, sells division. Google Assistant will finally learn to pronounce your contacts' names correctly. 3 best practices for a hybrid workplace, from someone who's done it for years. Facebook says it blocked resign Modi posts by mistake, but it hardly seems like an accident. Judge says Amazon suit alleging Trump interfered in Project Jedi can go ahead. What does a speaker's wave guy do, and why does it matter? UK to use existing NHS app as vaccine passport for travel overseas. Black man says racially biased AI system rejected his passport photo. Study, perfect strangers can identify you using only 3 songs from your playlist. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Single photon switch advance. Eye movements of those with dyslexia reveal laborious and inefficient reading strategies. Tool to track marine litter polluting the ocean. The shape of light changes our vision. How to get salt out of water, make it self-eject. People of color hardest hit by air pollution from nearly all sources. Awakening ghosts in patients with Parkinson's, a powerful diagnostic tool. Uncertainty of future Southern Ocean CO2 uptake cut in half. Reducing blue light with a new type of LED that won't keep you up all night. New computer model helps brings the sun into the laboratory. The next headlines are from Information Week. What CEOs need to know about graph database technology. We need to keep women in technology. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Thursday, April 29th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA sets briefing to discuss Ingenuity Mars helicopter next steps. With goals met, NASA to push envelope with Ingenuity Mars helicopter. Statement on passing of Michael Collins. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. The Triple Team, 154 points in one regulation-length basketball game, Jazz pull it off against Kings. Not sharp, Utah Jazz set franchise records for most points, biggest margin of victory in slicing up the Kings. Romney trends on Twitter following Biden's speech. Biden to the nation and world, America is rising anew. Utah's elected officials weren't impressed with President Biden's address to the nation. ACLU of Utah calls for universal vaccine access for incarcerated people. Spy Hop opens the doors of its new Youth Media Arts Center. Salt Lake City will close Main Street again this summer to welcome diners and pedestrians. Bayou quarterback Zach Wilson's NFL moment has arrived. Are you okay, class of 2021? The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. DigitalOcean says customer billing data accessed in data breach. China to launch Heavenly Harmony Space Station Core Module. High bandwidth wireless BCI demonstrated in humans for first time. Satellites show world's glaciers melting faster than ever. Pfizer and Moderna vaccines are 94% effective against COVID-19 hospitalization in older adults, says CDC. Microsoft is changing the default Office font. Fortnite isn't on Microsoft's Xbox Cloud gaming service because Epic won't allow it. China orders companies to step up monitoring of foreigners in anti-spying campaign. Samsung's Lee family to pay more than $10.8 billion inheritance tax. Oracle VP Ken Glueck suspended by Twitter for doxing a reporter. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. COVID vaccination event for those deaf or disabled today. Missouri Senate joins House in not funding Medicaid expansion. Temporary driver license office opening at St. Louis Airport next week. University City street names could soon be changed. Watch, Senator Tim Scott delivers GOP response to Biden address. Woman dies after vehicle crashes into St. Clair County Lake. Stewart Family Foundation announces matching contributions to Variety, the children's charity. Watch, President Joe Biden's full remarks to a joint session of Congress. Beloved high school coach killed in crash on Highway 364 in St. Charles County. Blues rally to beat Wild 4-3 on Thomas goal with 0:23 left. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Stadium stories. 3 former Aztecs share memories of SDCCU Stadium. New bike park, campground open just miles apart in South Bay. Parks officials warn beach visitors of potential bluff collapses. Several protesters arrested after curfew Wednesday in wake of judge's ruling not to release shooting body camera footage. East County is dumping grounds for sexually violent predators, Supervisor Anderson says. Oceanside residents protest development proposal. Inmate dies at Otay Mesa jail, prompting investigation. Police searching for missing at-risk woman. North fire, evacuation orders issued in 460-acre brush fire at 0% containment in Castaic. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. China orders companies to step up monitoring of foreigners in anti-spying push. GRU versus KGB, Russia's lesser-known spy agency that outlasted the KGB and still calls the shots. War fears surge as Beijing spy planes evade Taiwan's radar amid South China Sea tensions. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Textron Systems unveils prototype of new armed reconnaissance vehicle. U.S. Army tests robotic rocket launcher. U.S. Secretary of State says U.S. allies should refrain from new purchases of Russian weapons. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. U.S. relaxes COVID travel curbs and lets Chinese students back in. Q&A, Wei Sun Christensen on Morgan Stanley's China business and being a female CEO in finance. Stabbing rampage at Guangxi kindergarten leaves 2 dead and 16 wounded, including children. How rental mobile phone chargers took over China's cities. April 26, 1989, a government editorial seals the fate of Beijing student protesters. Chinese Super League returns with a new look, and with fans. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Thursday, April 29, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Police investigated and run that killed pedestrian in San Jose. 49ers top draft prospects, an inside look from their high school coaches. Berkeley police arrests CISPACT in hate crime investigation. Bay Area rental rates on the rise. COVID relief, Bay Area residents launch fundraisers to get supplies into India. Hail the hero, teenager saves drowning man in Santa Cruz. Mario Gonzalez death, attorney for Alameda officer shares their side. Judge orders delay in public release of bodycam footage in Andrew Brown case, family can view within 10 days. Ted Cruz caught sleeping during Biden's address. VTA employee struck and backed by heroin San Jose. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Vazquez helps Red Sox beat DeGrom, slumping Mets 1-0. Jokic blocks late shot, Nuggets hold off Pelicans 114-112. AP fact check, Biden skews record on migrants, support for his spending plans. Biden to the nation and world, America is rising anew. Mayor, from the Bears to ponies at Arlington Park, everything's still on the table. New 4th of July festival in Naperville to honor veterans, military personnel. Superintendent Heiter leave District 300 for Florida schools. Libertyville Board approves deal to lease sports complex to Canadian firm. Former Elgin, South Barrington Police Chief Charles Gruber remembered as being ahead of his time. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. King County Council bans fireworks countywide, starting in 2022. Location on Amazon's Denny Triangle campus selected for smaller pink elephant sign. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 10 km, in Kermadec Islands region April 29, 2021, 06:53 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.9 m, depth 10 km, in Chromatic Islands region April 29, 2021, 6:50 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 178.56 km, in Northern Mariana Islands April 29, 2021, 4:08 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.7 m, depth 136.73 km, in Argentina April 29, 2021, 2:17 UTC, about 63,000 people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC. Drought is ongoing in Mozambique. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Thursday, April 29th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cypher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. The U.S. intelligence community needs a Wild Bill moment. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Suspect in Vanessa Guillen murder asks judge to dismiss indictment. More than 570,000 Texans overdue for second COVID-19 vaccine shot. Texas agriculture chief claims discrimination against white farmers in lawsuit disputing Biden-backed stimulus plan. Heavy rain likely Friday, street flooding possible. Wary Supreme Court weighs a student Snapchat profanity case. Biden's declaration, America's democracy is rising anew. AP fact check, Biden skews record on migrants, GOP on virus. Building trust at center of HPD plan to protect Asian community. Slow-paced Matagorda County hoping for speedy bounce back from pandemic. Alligator creates traffic delay on Fred Hartman Bridge. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. China says U.S. increasing military activity directed at it. Deputy killed, K9 shot as North Carolina standoff continues. Top court, Germany must set clear post-2030 climate goals. Prince William, Kate release photos to mark 10th anniversary. World shares, U.S. futures advance ahead of U.S. GDP report. India cases set new global record, millions vote in one state. Uber to recruit 20,000 UK drivers on post-lockdown demand. Dutch government pauses coronavirus app over data leak fears. South Korea inoculates Olympic athletes ahead of Tokyo Games. American coach Marsch to take over at German team Leipzig. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. More young voters turned out in 2020, will they vote again in 2021? It's Poetry Month, enjoy poems from your fellow New Yorkers. It's Blatant Invisibility, students and parents call for Asian American studies at NYC schools. Extra extra, why are rich dudes fighting over the moon? City jail captain, accused of standing by during suicide, was disciplined for failing to intervene in prior incident. Scott Stringer denies sexual abuse accusations as mayoral rivals call on him to withdraw from race. The cannabis entrepreneurs who want to make legal weed more diverse. Albany appears poised to extend eviction moratorium again. City will spend $15 million to educate 10 years on ranked choice voting ahead of June primary. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. First person, panic as COVID-19 tsunami hits India. Spyware threatens press freedom's privacy imperative. More uniformed women in peace operations, key priority. UN providing equipment and supplies to help India fight rapid COVID-19 surge. Why variants are most likely to blame for India's COVID surge. Revived peace process, lasting calm, and a new constitution needed in Syria. Pandemic cannot become a media extinction event, UN Secretary General. COVID-19 cases rise for 9th consecutive week, variants continue spreading. Why experts are saying it's a make or break moment for forests. 370,000 children displaced in Central African Republic, highest level since 2014. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Nationalism versus patriotism, what's the difference and why it matters? Nestle order to stop diverting spring water from San Bernardino forest. Mom and pop landlords dying on the vine as unevictable tenants enjoy pandemic protections. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Explainer, is it legal to shoot suspects in the back? The Hamburglar, how a story about meat limits fell apart. Does Senator Joni Ernst want to abolish lasagna? Real water brand linked to more liver ailments by Vegas agency. Mario Gonzalez's deadly California arrest echoes George Floyd case. Louisville officer shot in Breonna Taylor raid retiring. California man guilty in $100 Afghanistan fraud scheme. SC Senator Scott seeks to credit Trump and GOP for joyful springtime. Biden to the nation, we're turning peril into possibility. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Fact-checking Biden's address to Congress. Editing in Cruz video distorts Biden's position on guns. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. This blender is a better version of the NutriBullet. 10 dishes with Chef David Danielson from Churchill Downs. The tragedy, and urgent warning, behind Lucy, the chimp raised to be human. Prince William and Kate Middleton's 10th anniversary is the calm before the storm. Here's what the Fed's Rudy raid does, and does not, mean. Netflix's Sexify is a wild and fun exploration of the female orgasm. Were these migrant teens framed for arson that left 13,000 homeless? Meet Mackenzie Newcomb, who is selling her $15,000 New York wedding on TikTok. Inside the ball-dripping Vegas stripper scene cut from Bridesmaids. They went to D.C. on January 6th, now they're running for office. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Deputy killed, another wounded in hours-long standoff with gunman. Burglar shoots off-duty Los Angeles Police Department cop after stealing his service weapon and bulletproof vest. Mets Brandon Nimmo working through sharp hip pain. GOP not sold on Biden's jobs plan after joint address. Nets Mike James slammed by former coaches in explosive report. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Are galaxies marvelous rogues and misfits? Ask Astro, how do gravitational waves reveal the distances and masses of colliding objects? Michael Collins, Apollo 11 command module pilot, dies at 90. Space tourism 20 years in the making, is finally ready for launch. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. The Solutions Project's Mark Ruffalo and Gloria Walton on climate justice, focus on frontline. China gets a flying start on building its own space station. A shot of hope, vaccine questions answered. Biden says jobs can help curb climate crisis. CDC, COVID-19 vaccine drastically cuts hospitalizations. Any threat around the world is a threat to us all, says infectious disease expert. Apollo 11 astronaut Michael Collins has died at 90. Remembering Apollo 11 astronaut Michael Collins, dead at age 90. U.S. faces surplus of COVID vaccine as demand slows. Michael Collins, Apollo 11 astronaut, has died. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. CIT, Senator Ted Cruz cannot keep his eyes open and Twitter has a ball. Bodicam video released of Chicago cop fatally shooting 22-year-old Latino man as he runs away from police while carrying a gun. America is on the move again. Biden pushes for more action in celebratory first address to Congress. Canadian singer sets record for lowest note ever sung by woman. Watch Live, Senator Tim Scott delivers GOP response to President Biden's speech. World's glaciers melting faster than ever, more than half the melt coming from US and Canada, study. Recycling worker dies in West Virginia mine silo collapse. Britain prepares for booster program, orders 60 million Pfizer COVID-19 vaccines. A suspect in China has been arrested after killing 2 and injuring 16 at a kindergarten. Nashville FBI employee hit with child porn charges, arrested while showing up to work. The following headlines are from military.com. Lawmaker sets ambitious plan for omnibus toxic exposure bill to help millions of sick veterans. Army identifies reserve soldier found dead in Kuwait. Command Master Chief resigns at Coast Guard Academy, investigation underway. Army platoon leader creates app to help grunts earn the expert infantryman badge. VA secretary wants more vets sickened by burn pits to file claims, but many are still being turned away. The Air Force is testing ways to use the MQ-9 drone in island hopping missions. Astronaut Michael Collins, Apollo 11 pilot and Air Force general, dead of cancer. U.S. contractor sentenced for stealing truck from Afghan base. Navy to transfer 13 satellites to Space Force. The Marine Corps is known as a force of young warriors. That's about to change. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Column, look on the bright side, GOP, maybe the raid on Giuliani will turn up dirt on Hunter Biden. Good Samaritan rushes men to hospital after shooting, crash, there is a cost for a person's life, and it's 50 shares, or 300 likes. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, daily COVID-19 vaccination average continues to slip, state reports 2,728 new cases and 33 deaths Wednesday. Overcrowded nursing homes led to disproportionate number of preventable deaths among Black and Latino residents, state says. CPS urged not to use $2 billion in COVID-19 relief toward it but on direct help for students. Renaming Chicago's Lakeshore Drive for Jean-Baptiste Point a Sable set for key vote on Thursday. Social graces, with more COVID vaccines and some states reopening, should you go to an out-of-state wedding? Governor J.B. Pritzker's clean energy pitch offers limited subsidies for nuclear plants and increased oversight of ComEd. Elmhurst University issues all clear following lockdown for reports of gunman on campus. Man charged in connection with carjacking in Aurora that left woman seriously injured after she was shot in the back. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Europe's Vega rocket successfully launches. China's space dream, a long march to the moon and beyond. Tanker collision spilled 400 tons of oil off China coast, authorities. Intervention could buy 20 years for declining Great Barrier Reef. Wasps are valuable for ecosystems, economy and human health, just like bees. Hidden air pollutants on the rise in cities in India and the UK, study. New report highlights the benefits of bringing nature into our cities. Social media and science show how ships plastic cargo dispersed from Florida to Norway. Researchers investigate structural changes in snap frozen proteins. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Thursday, April 29th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. 21 dead, more than 30 injured after road collision in Haiti. Ransomware explained, no silver bullet, out of reach crooks. Government, China cleaning up oil after tanker collision. Nokia profit soars on buoyant sales for 5G technology. Spain recovers 24 bodies from migrant boat off Canaries. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Horoscopes April 29, 2021, Uma Thurman, approach whatever you aspire to do with passion. Word Game, April 29, 2021. Bridge, April 29, 2021. Ask Amy, it's hard for me to accept her just friends rule. Miss Manners, the dog in the restaurant was bad enough, then things got worse. Harriet Cole, how do I tell them I think their parties are risky? Dear Abby, if I rat on her preteen daughter, I might lose my friend. Google's downtown San Jose mega campus clears major hurdle. Northern California fire that killed 2 was deliberately set to cover up woman's murder, authorities say. Prep basketball, Midi beats O'Dowd on its home court in NorCal semi-rematch. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Spanish court gives Serbian man life sentence for 3 murders. U.S. pushes ahead with nuclear plans despite watchdog concerns. Phoenix mom arrested after her child overdosed on fentanyl. More students to participate in Governor Scholars Program. Kentucky's Corvette Museum raising money for expansion. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Top contender for Justice Department antitrust post took partisan approach to Google cases. Browse The Intercept anonymously and securely using our new Tor Onion service. Senator Joe Manchin supports IP waiver to allow generic COVID-19 vaccines. Empire politician, a half-century of Joe Biden's stances on war, militarism, and the Central Intelligence Agency. Joe Biden's war powers. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Thursday, April 29, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. If slightly high blood pressure doesn't respond to lifestyle change, medication can help. Shorter-headed dogs, visually cooperative breeds, younger and playful dogs form eye contact faster. Team builds better tool for assessing infant brain health. Treating dental pain with opioids linked to high risk of overdose in patients and families. Kit solution for monitoring massive infrastructures. Kratom use rare, but more common among people with opioid use disorder. Expressing variety of emotions earns entrepreneur funding. Study, New York City nurses experienced anxiety, depression during first wave of COVID-19. The state of China's climate in 2020, warmer and wetter again. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Armed robberies reported on the Northwest Side, police. 3 shot, 1 fatally, Wednesday in Chicago. Woman missing from Avalon Park. Horoscope for Thursday, April 29, 2021. Biden declares in first address to Congress, America is rising anew. Man killed in Gage Park shooting, police. Bulls get bullied by Knicks in 113-94 loss. Kyle Hendricks' struggles continue as rough April comes to an end. Pritzker's energy bill seeks to spark clean energy in the future and escape dirty politics of the past. Shots fired at police on South Side, officers return fire, police say, no injuries reported. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Thursday, April 29, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Which team could make a last-minute pre-draft trade for Deshaun Watson? Graham Russell on gardening and a bountiful crop of air supply hits. Shopper sues after he says bicycle slipped from rack and crashed on his head at Academy. Best virtual bets, ballet, Shen Wang, and mariachi divas. Upcoming Houston food events, Cinco de Mayo margs and a breakfast party for pups. Music returns to Tomball Depot with Rails and Tails Mudbug Festival. CDC approves less masking outdoors as Harris County remains at red alert level. Houston, how does your garden grow? I will not make my child go to school sick even if she's just in her bedroom. Houston Texans draft history indicates low ceiling for this weekend. The next headlines are about world records making news. 1. College Times. India's coronavirus infections cross 18 million, record number of daily deaths, U.S. News and World Report. Woman sets world record for low singing voice, New York Daily News. Meet the 97-year-old British-Israeli man who holds the Guinness World Record as the world's oldest journalist, JTA News, Jewish Telegraphic Agency. World record attempt, largest surfing paddle out, in protest of proposed development, Mirage News. Lake Tahoe swim, world record attempt, CBS Sacramento. India sets world record with 360,960 new coronavirus cases over day, TASS. Canadian singer hits the world's lowest vocal note for a female, Guinness World Records. Rob Gronkowski catches ball from helicopter, sets world record, Patch.com. European Tour player sets world record for farthest golf shot caught in a moving car, The Comeback. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Facebook says posts criticizing India's Prime Minister were mistakenly blocked. Hackers leak data on DC cops as part of extortion scheme. A cloud-based Google Chrome sounds neat, but consider upgrading your hardware instead. Shadow and Bone fans, what on earth do you see in this doubt bag? Titan Season 3 casts a Mad Men and Angel Allen as Scarecrow. Hey Tomorrow War, WTF is this? The secrets of the cyber ninjas will not stand in Arizona GOP's useless 2020 recount, judge rules. Exactly how many pandemic Apple products did you jackals buy? An asteroid impact simulation is currently underway, and it's absolutely terrifying. Eternals director Chloe Zhao shocked Marvel with her sets. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Kedah in Mali at 121.64 degrees Fahrenheit or 49.8 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Concordia in Antarctica at minus 85.72 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 65.4 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. This is the slightly sportier, slightly more efficient 2022 Honda Civic. Facing uncharted waters, Apple reports 54% year-over-year revenue increase. Office default Calibri will join Clippy, Internet Explorer in Windows retirement. Verizon leads all U.S. carriers in mmWave 5G availability at 0.8%. Algorithms were under fire at a Senate hearing on social media. Chipmaker says it will ramp up production of older 28nm chips. Michael Collins, who piloted the Apollo 11 command module, has died. Epic deposition shows how differently Google and Apple treat messaging. Play the Streamcast Castlevania game 20+ years after it was cancelled. Toyota is entering a hydrogen-powered Corolla in a 24-hour race. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Mike Lindell's Bunkers Jimmy Kimmel interview slammed by critics. Watch, Unhinged Rudy Giuliani Supercut highlights former Trump lawyer's most bonkers moments. Historian, the framers' failure to defend war powers from the presidency has given us endless war. It's about damn time, advocates welcome Department of Justice hate crimes charges in Ahmaud Arbery killing. A storm is brewing in Arizona, why QAnon is obsessed with the state's shady election audit. GOP leader brazenly lies about Biden following president's first address to Congress. Biden pushed a Robin Hood message in national address, and 85% of viewers approved, report. Nicole Wallace pans Tim Scott's rebuttal, delivered from a planet where facts don't matter. Watch, did Ted Cruz doze off during Biden's address to Congress? Police break back of Texas man during knee on neck incident, report. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Robin Hood promises free trades. Did Alex Kearns pay with his life? Climate Nothing Burger shows Republicans need a new PR agency. The top 11 climate actions of Joe Biden's first 100 days. Joe Biden rolls out the Sleepy New Deal. Joe Biden calls on the people who attack the democracy to help him protect it. The organizer of a series of Trump boat rallies shouted white power while celebrating at the first. The politics of healthcare are messy. Biden's economic agenda reflects that. How roasting pigs year after year teaches me to love Filipino food. Watch the new season of The Handmaid's Tale if only for this one flashback. The original sin of America's broken immigration courts. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Why bringing Martian rocks back to Earth is a bad idea, new scientist. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Low energy ring room temperature optical switching in mixed dimensionality nanoscale perovskite heterojunctions, science advances. Global neuromorphic computing market, 220 pages, investment opportunities in competitive environment. IBM, Samsung Electronics, Intel Corporation, HRL Laboratories, Clark County Blog, Clark County Blog. 3 UCSF faculty elected to National Academy of Sciences in 2021, UCSF News Services. Researchers identify a psychedelic-like drug without the hallucinogenic side effects, Uric alert. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. How long can we live? The New York Times. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Thursday, April 29, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFOs disabled our nuclear capability, Pentagon officer and senator say. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Thursday, April 29, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News I8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News I8. All rights reserved.